It's been absolutely chucking it down here for the last month, so apart from the odd day when it's not raining, windy or cold, there's not much chance to go flying. And it's even too wet for my RC crawler. But it does give me some time to think about infrastructure updates here in the Whirly Bloke lab. I've got my ongoing solar project next door, but that needs some sun to test the upgrades that I've installed. And although it's fully insulated in here and all the servers keep things fairly warm, it has been a rather cold winter and it's quite cold in here in the morning. So I decided to see what heating might be suitable, and since the plan for this year is to make this entire building solar and battery powered, I need something that'll work efficiently with that. Now, fan and oil-filled electric radiators or heaters aren't really suitable, and I need something that's silent, that doesn't take up too much space and is easy to install, and above all, very efficient. I'd been researching infrared heating, and quite by chance a UK company called Mirrorstone reached out to see if I was interested in reviewing their products. They have a very interesting range of infrared panel heaters which seem to be absolutely perfect for my needs. Hello and welcome to the Whirly Bloke channel. Well, this has just arrived by courier next day, which is impressive, and Mirrorstone have an impressive range of panels to choose from, but this 700 watt Wi-Fi panel seemed to be the best fit for me. So let's get this unboxed and see what we've got inside. This panel is 1100mm by 600mm and the price delivered is £275. It's all very well packaged and it's surprisingly thin and light. There's a mains cable that just goes into this control box, and it's got Wi-Fi so that you can connect this to your home Wi-Fi and control it with an app. There's also this nice small remote, some mounting hardware and a template for drilling the necessary holes. And you can mount this in portrait or landscape, or even have it freestanding if you want. There are options to mount this to the ceiling, which is a really interesting idea. And the manual is extremely comprehensive and covers the mounting process right through to downloading the app and connecting to your home Wi-Fi. So I need to work out where I'm going to mount this, and when I've got it all set up and mounted and had a chance to use it for a few weeks, I'll get back to you and let you know what I think. Well, Happy New Year 2024, welcome back to the lab. It's been pretty cold over Christmas, so the Nexus Wi-Fi panel has been on every day for the last few weeks, and it's mighty impressive. And it's been keeping me nice and toasty while Storm Gerrit and Henk have been variously raging here in the UK. One of the big benefits is the freedom you've got to mount it pretty much anywhere in any orientation. And this panel, just like the sun but without the UV, provides radiated heat and doesn't rely on convection. And that means it doesn't have to waste energy heating up the air and waiting for convection to deliver that warm air to you. So you can mount it on the ceiling, high or low on the wall, or even freestanding. I did think about mounting it portrait on this wall back here, but I ordered the white panel and it'll just mess up all my static lighting I need for the camera. So I went with mounting it on the wall above my desk over there. Now the build quality is extremely good, and this is very thin and very light compared to traditional radiators. You just offer the included paper template up to the wall, mark and drill the screw holes, and then the panel just slots onto them. It really is very, very easy. The panel itself is made of toughened aluminium, and the heating surface is made of something called FIR coating. It's a carbon composite material that prevents the panel from warping as it gets warm, and it stops it yellowing over longer periods of time. And this is also IP54 rated, so you can use it in the kitchen without having to worry about any potential water damage. But before I mounted it to the wall, I set up the remote and the Wi-Fi connection and installed the app and ran a few quick tests just to check the specs. And once you plug it in and switch it on, it comes with everything you need to control it built right into the panel. There's an integrated thermostat and remote control, giving you access to basic features like switching it on and off, as well as tweaking your target or set temperature. There's no setup required, you just plug it in, put a couple of AAA batteries in the remote, and you're up and running. Let's have a quick look at the power this is using. According to my power meter, this is using around 635 watts and about 2.6 amps. And my smart meter pretty much agrees, although the smart meter is a measure of the whole house, so that is going to be a little bit higher. And the actual running costs will vary depending on your tariff. But my smart meter is still in the green, so I know there's no serious power drain. On the back is the controller, and there's a switch which overrides the remote and the app. And if you turn it on, this runs at full power, so make sure it's off if you want to use the remote or the app. There's a small LED in the top corner that's red when the power's connected, and when you turn it on with the remote or the app, it goes blue. It's very discreet. The remote shows the room temperature, and you can set the target temperature you want. It's very intuitive to use. The manual explains how to do this in detail, and there's some tutorial videos on their website as well. And this is a UK company, so the support is in the UK as well if you need it. You will need to use a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi connection, but these days most Wi-Fi routers are dual band, so this isn't really an issue. Again, this is all covered in the manual and in the tutorials on their website. And the app is pretty good. You just need to pair the panel with the app, and you can add multiple devices if you've got them. The app shows you the current room and the set temperature, and you can just tweak it by pressing the plus and minus buttons to whatever you want. And because it's Wi-Fi, you can control the panels from anywhere on the same Wi-Fi network, basically anywhere in your house or office. And you can set weekly heating schedules and timers, so you have full remote access to each panel that you've got installed. The other huge benefit is full integration with Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa, giving you full voice control over your heater. For around £275, that's a fantastic amount of functionality and features. But it doesn't really matter how fancy all the bells and whistles are on a product unless it actually does what it's supposed to do. And after nearly 3 weeks constant use here in the lab, I'm extremely happy to report the panel is a very good heater. It's difficult to explain unless you experience it, but the heat it gives up is like nothing else. It's sort of like the radiated heat that you get from the sun, but without the damaging UV rays. You don't get that horrid dryness to the air, and there's no smells like you get with other fan heaters and radiators. And this type of heat is what our bodies have become accustomed to absorbing over the course of thousands of years, but it also creates a really comfortable environment to be in. And there's some health benefits as well compared to normal convection radiators. you get very stuffy quality of air that circulates dust and germs through the convection currents that those traditional radiators create, which isn't good for asthma sufferers like me. The heat this delivers is more comfortable than the central heating radiators that I've got in my house. And that, of course, has got me thinking when I eventually go full battery and solar power in the house. Should I swap out my gas boiler for IR panels? The installation is definitely easier and cheaper compared to a £40,000 heat pump installation, and the return on investment will probably be much better. But I need to crunch the numbers. It's an option that I hadn't really considered before. Now, if you're interested, then go and have a look at the website for more info. I've linked it down below. They supply panels in different sizes and power ratings with a number of colour options, and you can even get panels that have pictures printed on them. And as well as panels, they've got all sorts of IR heaters, including bar heaters, patio heaters and so on. This panel and their other products comes with a 14-day return period, and there's a 2-year warranty that can be extended to 5 years for no extra charge, which is pretty impressive. And this has genuinely surprised me at how comfortably it warms this space in here, and has really got me thinking. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for more stuff like this and my other various Whirly Bloke projects. And if you're already subscribed, thanks loads, and give this a thumbs up if you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.